From the industry through the community, right into your home. It's the Green Room, and we're on. What's going on, everybody? It's Slush from Cannabis Wiki. I am here with the North American cannabis flower. That's right, the one and only Hot Lips Jackpot. What's going on, Jackie?
Hey guys, welcome to the Green Room. Hey Lester.
Welcome to the Green Room, everybody. What's going on, girlfriend? How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying summer. It's hot in here, and I'm excited to talk about the Growing Summit.
Yeah, we got to be a part of the Growing Summit, a virtual Growing Summit. So that's going to be hip, and that is taking place August 24th and 25th.
Yes, correct. And Cannabis Wiki is their media partners, and we're helping put this on. So we're going to be helping out those 2 days. And to create some engagement and some buzz, we're interviewing some of their guests and speakers and their sponsors right now. So who do we have next?
Oh, we got a special one. You know, always on the Green Room we have a special one. But this guy, we met once at a nice formal dinner from Chef Wagman. So today our guest, he is the CEO of Strainprint, David Berg. What's happening, sir?
Hi.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing good. How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you? I've met Dave several times, not just once at dinner.
We're old school, rolling back, 4 or 5 years. That makes us really old school in the cannabis industry here.
For sure.
It is for the legal cannabis industry, right?
Yes, legal. Certainly not in the original cannabis market.
Right. So where are you right now today? Because your background looks fantastic.
I'm in my backyard, and I'm joined by some ladies in the back. So happy to be hanging out with you guys today.
Definitely. So you're going to be taking part. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're taking part in the Growing Summit, and what are you going to be talking about and sharing with us?
Well, there's 2 things that we're going to be addressing. So Stephanie Karasik, she's one of the founders of Strainprint. She actually came up with our mobile app. Originally, she'll be talking about patient experience on a panel. And then I'll be doing a supplementary video cast on what's working for patients in the Canadian context. So looking at some Strainprint data and, looking at what we can glean from it and what the key takeaways are for patients and consumers.
What does the data look like during COVID? Does it look like
that's a great question. Yeah, people are spending more time using cannabis. I mean, anxiety is clearly high for a lot of folks dealing with, job loss, financial stress, and, dealing with kids being around all the time. People need a way to relax and get back some time. So we've seen a lot of tracking for anxiety and stress, and interestingly, we're seeing an uptick in PTSD-related symptoms as well. So, interesting things to observe.
Those are definitely big things. So, with the data and all, how's things been for Strainprint? Is it picking up steam, more patients?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really an interesting time. Obviously the industry itself has been going through some transition, and patients are confused about where they can go to get product. So we've been helping patients to connect with the right type of product, whether that's in the recreational supply chain or through medical producers. That's done through the app. And then we've also been growing like gangbusters in the US. One of our biggest markets right now is Florida. So it's growing about 30% per month. So lots of interesting things going on there for sure.
That's super
Lots of interesting things going on in Florida for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of there's an alarming amount of recreational tracking as well, which might be why their numbers are higher than they might be. But
right?
Yeah, on the whole, we're seeing a lot of activity on the network, and we've actually grown the data set to over 1.8 million tracked interactions. So we now have built
Oh,
the largest data set for cannabis consumption in the world and tracking interactions. So we
That's
can,
awesome.
based on who you are and what your situation is, we can tell you what works, what should work for you, and what to avoid.
It's really cool. It's pretty amazing with the data. Now with legalization, we're able to do that. So, I mean, we can develop cures and help for things that we couldn't before because we didn't have the science, we didn't have the facts, we didn't have the data. Doctors wouldn't touch it. And now we have
Hmm.
data, which is what they need. It's pretty cool.
so
Pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
what are one of the biggest things that have changed because of the data that's been taken?
One of the things that's really changed for us is the way we look at the data itself. So, for the first couple of years, we were looking at how we can help connect patients with the right products to drive the right outcomes. And what's happened over the last 4 years since we started is trends have developed in the data, and patients are telling us what is working for them. It's not us providing the guidance anymore. So when we look at the behavior and what's going on, we can now actually understand why things are working the way they are based on different cannabinoids and different terpenes and their combinations. So that's leading to a whole new area of formulation. So we've been working with some pharmaceutical biotech companies on formulated products, and also with consumer packaged goods companies that are selling in adult retail that are looking to build consistent experiences for their consumers.
Wow. That's
That's
pretty
that's
incredible.
that's big. That's big. That's
Did I
big on a
silence you
level.
guys?
Yeah. I was like, what? I'm looking at him. I'm listening. I'm like, it's pretty incredible. I think it's amazing. Do you ever talk about your personal? Are you a patient or are you medical rec? How did you come to the cannabis space?
Yeah. Well, I started as a cannabis user when I was about 13 years old, going to field parties. So it initially started as a recreational vice. And then, I've always been an active person, and I ended up destroying both my knees skiing. So I started using it to manage the inflammation in my knees and the joint pain this was probably about 5 years ago. And I became a medical patient in the system. And the other thing that really motivated me to get into the industry was, a personal situation I have with my son, who's got Crohn's disease, and going through that process with physicians at Sick Kids. They're great, but they really don't have an understanding of some of the more naturopathic remedies that are less invasive. And when I looked at the research that was out there for cannabis and treatment of bowel inflammation, there were really a really limited data set. So it was, the fact that my son was having trouble getting into remission for his flares that really motivated me to look into the research side of it and the medical applications. And that was really my personal driver for getting into the industry. Because before this, I was a software guy, designing system and software for government and security agencies.
Right.
Oh, fun.
Not not too
This
far
is
of a
much
leap
more
from where
fun.
you are.
Yeah, it's much more fun, and I like the people that I get to interact with, company included, of course.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. Cannabis industry can be interesting and tough, but it's also pretty fun. It is pretty fun. And the Growing
Absolutely.
Summit, the people that run the Growing Summit, that own the Growing Summit, they own C45 and Hempfest and everything. They're
Hmm.
really good people, community people. This is
Hmm.
like sort of a grassroots hippie, more what I think of when I think of the cannabis industry. So, and
Yeah.
when I met you early on in my cannabis influencing, and Strainprint has always, you had barbecues and welcoming and just fun really people, community interactive stuff. And it's really, really nice to see that in the cannabis industry. Yes, it is business, and yes, there's a lot of money to be made and lost. But I mean, Strainprint is pretty incredible. I mean, you've created a community, you've created a family. I have recommended the Strainprint app to tons of seniors I know, because they'll message me and say, "Can I use this with high blood pressure? Can I use this? I'm having arrhythmia when their heart, like their heart isn't pumping." And I'm like, just go to Strainprint. I'm sure you'll find the answers. You'll find other people there that are going through the same thing, because I can't help you out with high blood pressure and all that, but Strainprint can. You've got data and information on everything.
Yeah, and the strange thing is that a lot of the time the doctors don't know the answers. So people providing feedback about what's working for them is incredibly helpful to patients that are going through that discovery. So I'm glad that you find using it and that you're able to recommend it. Thank you.
For sure, it's great.
It's a good, powerful tool. Anytime you can gather data and analytics for the good purposes, for giving a patient, especially, the right things that they're looking for, it's a win-win.
I agree.
Well, I look forward to hearing more about Strainprint when we tune into the Growing Summit on August 24th and 25th. And I look forward to meeting, what was her name, the founder?
Stephanie Karasik. So she's on a panel on day 2. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing more. Can you tell all of our listeners where they find Strainprint on their socials, how we can find you and find the app?
Sure. We are at Strainprint on Instagram, at Strainprint on Facebook, and at Strainprint on LinkedIn. You can also visit us on our website at www.strainprint.ca, and the app is available for free download on the iTunes Store and Android Play Store.
Awesome.
Excellent.
For free.
Free.
Dave, thank you so much for taking time. We appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you guys. It's always a pleasure catching up.
Yeah, and everybody has a lot to look forward to with all this data and analytics. Patients got so much to look forward to with the data analytics, and all the craft people that are maybe new coming into the legal framework can actually see what kind of good work is being done.
Yeah, it's good to know what to grow for whomever you're designated to or the market that you want to sell to. We can help you to figure out which genetics are best suited for your customers' needs.
Excellent. Well said, Dave. Well said. Well, all right.
Cool.
Jackpot.
Thank you.
We're good. We'll catch up with Dave again at the Growing Summit on August 24th and 25th.
Yeah, the summit's going to be fresh. It's going to be wild. I'm looking forward to it because it's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I don't know about growing. I don't know enough history about craft. I love going to BC. I like hearing more about what's going on with craft, hearing about even some of the things that we don't think about, the waste. To know that there are methods and means to actually look after the planet. It's going to be super interesting. I'm excited.
I'm excited. There's a whole big world other than social media. The growers and the people that are actually doing this stuff, they don't even have social media, half of them. They're from sun up till sundown in the dirt doing some real things. I mean, we're online. We deal with the online world, but there's so much more in this cannabis space. And Strainprint, like I said, I've a lot of seniors that have messaged me with different things, or they've had a heart attack or a stroke, or they're on blood pressure pills, or they're early onset of dementia and they're scared and they reach out to me about cannabis. How can that help? And I recommend the Strainprint app. So it's cool. I can't wait to hear more.
Definitely. Me too. Well, you know what it is. Cannabis talk is always fresh and a little bit sticky. Keep it locked.
Here on Cannabis Wiki, the big drips of Melton. See you later. Download the Wellness Wiki app, and we'll see you at the Growing Summit.
Definitely, guys. Look out for the Growing Summit. Look out for the Wellness Wiki app. And always look out for that North American cannabis flower coming to you soon. Peace. from the green room.
Bye, guys.